Oh, good morning. It is very early morning. I've got under 3 hours of sleep. That's funny. That's really funny. Today's workout's gonna be a little longer, so let's just get it started. Oops, I started it early. Let me back that up.
Up next is 30 seconds of body weight standing.
Not doing that yet.
Left side.
There we go. I'm doing the bent over swimmer. This is more of an arm workout today. So I have under 3 hours of sleep. It's early morning. My sleep is just messed up, you guys. I woke up, I laid there for a long time. Just gradually getting more and more alert. And now I feel like, let's get the day started. Everything's great. I don't feel like I only got 3 hours of sleep. I feel like the day has begun. That's how my body works.
Up next is 30 seconds of body weight standing hip rotation.
I talk about sleep so much, you guys. I'm sorry. It's just the biggest issue in my life. And there are people can have worse problems. And I have a very.
Start the next set.
I have a good life. I shouldn't complain, but this is something that is just really bothersome for me. My sleep. So here's the thing. A lot of people say I have sleep apnea, and I might have sleep apnea, but that's not. I don't even think that's the biggest issue here. Because I woke up once at, I don't know, 2:30, 3 o'clock.
That's time.
a.m.
Up next is 30 seconds of body weight standing hip rotation. Right side.
And then maybe that was because of an apnea issue.
Start the next set.
I've never noticed that, but it can go unnoticed. But then I lay there and then I just get fully alert, fully awake. And that lasts for a long time. And I never got sleepy again, so I just got up and I'm doing this now. And I'm just gonna be up. We're gonna take Ada to school eventually. Probably in a few hours, I'll get sleepy again.
Up next is 30 seconds of glute bridge open and close.
And some days I
start the next set.
If I'm lucky enough to be able to control my schedule, and on days when I'm not busy, I can go back to sleep. And that second sleep is usually the deepest,
10 seconds left.
Best sleep ever. Today I'm very busy. I don't know if I'll have time, but I bet in a few hours I'm gonna.
1 minute and 15 seconds.
Feel very tired.
Reps of dumbbell Romanian deadlift with 20 pounds in each.
This didn't used to be the case for me. I don't know why this is that I just get fully awake, like just ready to go. I don't feel like I'm on 3 hours of sleep right now. I feel like I got a full night's sleep. And then that lasts, 20 pounds I gotta do here? And then that lasts for a few hours. And then it's like, oh boy, yeah, that's right, I only got 3 hours of sleep. This didn't used to work like this. All right, what do we gotta do here? We gotta do deadlift. 15 reps. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It's time for 15 reps of dumbbell Romanian deadlift with 20 pounds in each.
Yeah, I started early. Okay. Now I see why the workout's so long. I think you put in a lot of rest time in between. Okay. Did it. Next.
In 1 minute and 15 seconds, do 12 reps of dumbbell Romanian deadlift with 30 pounds in each.
That might have been a mistake. It seems like he put too much rest time in between them. It's not normally that much rest time. 35 pounds. You should take rest time, but I don't really feel like I need it right now. I'm on 3 hours of sleep after all. So much energy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And maybe this weird sleep schedule that my body wants to be on is a product of just years of bad sleep. Like, when I started Wheezy Waiter, I was doing it before work. I was getting up ridiculously early. I did not respect my sleep for a long time.
It's time for 12 reps
Yeah,
of dumbbell
I did it.
Romanian
Next
deadlift
one.
with 35 pounds in each hand. In 1 minute and 15 seconds, do 12 reps of dumbbell Romanian
Doesn't need to be that long of
35 pounds
a
in each
rest. Okay. I would get up super early and work on Wheezy Waiter videos on very little sleep, and then go to do a full work day. I think in my 20s, I just trained my body to work and live off of very low sleep. I think maybe that messed me up now. Maybe that's the thing. Just a theory. Okay, in theory, no. All right. 1. I'm cheating. I'm not giving myself the rest time allotted, but it's normally not this much rest time. I don't know what's going on here. 9, I think. 10, 11, 12. Okay, starting to feel it down there. All right. Whew. But today I have to shoot
It's time for 12 reps of
some
dumbbell
video
Romanian deadlift
later.
with
I mean, I'm
35
shooting video
pounds
right
in
now,
each
but for the main channel, all about
In 1
saving
minute
money.
and 15 seconds, do 12 reps of dumbbell Romanian deadlift with 35 pounds in each hand.
The $20 rule. I talked about, did I talk about it in yesterday's video? The shirt I'm wearing goes up higher than yesterday, so I'm in the beard. We're in beard bonus danger here, as we established yesterday. The beard bonus is when that happens. So if that's happening a lot, apologies. So I'm doing this video about saving money. I mean, I could just do it now. I could just tell you. I could just do the video now. I could just talk about it and then edit it later and make that the video. Triple duty. Workout, WheezyNews video, and Wheezy Waiter video at the same time. But I'm not going to do that because I don't know. It'd be confusing if that video was me just lifting weights as well. Would it though? That probably doesn't matter. But it would be more work editing because I'm going to be huffing and puffing and probably going off topic. And no,
It's
we'll
time
do it
for
later.
12 reps
We'll
of
shoot it
dumbbell
later.
Romanian deadlift with 35 pounds in each hand.
The shooting of the video doesn't really take that long anyway, and maybe an hour, but probably less. I have a script, and which I've been working on the past few days. But lately, I've been mostly going off script. I'll write a script or just get a good outline in my head about what I'm going to say, and then just turn the camera on and improvise my way through it, which makes it more conversational. I think makes it a little more interesting, a little more authentic. Even though the script is just as authentic, it's just because it's what I wrote and
1 minute
believe.
15 seconds.
But
Do 12 reps of dumbbell Romanian deadlift with 35
if it comes
pounds
off
in each hand.
scripted, it's not so good, man. Right.
In 1 minute and 15 seconds, do 15 reps of dumbbell box squat with 30 pounds in each
Okay.
hand.
Box squat. We're out of deadlift world. It's amazing how energized I feel right now. I don't be fooled, I will get tired later, but right now it's like, oh man, I could go all day. I could take on the whole empire myself. That's a Star Wars quote. You ever heard of Star Wars? A New Hope. Okay, box squat, 15 reps. So let's do it before he tells me to start. 1, 2. We'll get about 15 because I'm going to talk while I do these. It's amazing how, I should go back and see how accurate my counting is while I talk. I think we're on 7 now. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It's time for 15 reps of dumbbell box squat with 30 pounds of each.
But anyway, the gist of that money-saving video, I'm not going to spoil it for you, you don't even need to watch, is
in 1 minute and 15 seconds.
putting $20 away every time you get paid. That's basically the $20 rule. Make an account, brand new account, starting at 0. Every time you get paid, put away $20. At least to start. The whole idea being getting in the habit of saving money. If you don't have that habit. And even if you do, you might not, it could help you improve it. Because, well, lots of reasons, but getting used to the idea of putting money away for no reason. Just like, I'm just gonna have this pocket of money, this pile of money over here as my little secret weapon. Which, if you never save, that idea might be foreign to you. And once you start doing it to me, what it did to me is like really, really deeply ingrained the value of savings and how even when I wasn't making a lot of money, I could do it. It wasn't even hard. I wasn't making money. I had
It's time for 12 reps
waiting tables.
Squat with 35 pounds.
I think I was making about $24,000 a year waiting tables or something. And yet I was still able to slowly put away money to have savings. And that habit has carried through to this day. And it's just valuable. There, that's basically the video. I think you can sum up most videos with statements like that. Sum up most
Looking good.
self-help nonfiction books with simple statements. It's still sometimes useful to go into the details. Hopefully, anyway. But also, I basically get that point across right at the beginning of the video, in the script I have anyways. And it'll probably be funny.
Do 12 reps of dumbbell box squat with 35
Okay, I'm
pounds
getting a little tired now. Maybe I will take a rest this time. What was I saying? Like these days I script things, but sometimes I outline them, go off script a little, then go back and edit pretty heavily. But I also don't write in jokes as much as I used to. Or when I do, when I go back and reread the script, I delete them. The jokes tend to be much funnier when I come up with them on the spot while I'm shooting the video. Not always the case, but I think they're better when they're on the spot because they're more authentic, less scripted. Scripted ones can feel forced. But I mean, that's kind of my thing. That has been for a long time. And it's part of the fun how forced they are. But I feel like they're better when they're more when they seem more
of dumbbell box squat with 35 pounds in each hand.
Natural and off the cuff. And that's hard to do when you're shooting video by yourself with no audience. there, which is what's appealing about something like stand-up comedy, where the whole gig is basically get the people in the room on your side. That's the whole job. People all bought tickets. They came out to have a good time in a room where someone makes them laugh, and you have to make them laugh.
In
And then
1 minute and 15 seconds, do
and
12
the way to
reps
do
of
that
dumbbell box squat with 35 pounds in each hand.
is not really just sticking to a script. You have to read the room. You have to feel out what's working. Keep the tone. I mean, you're usually telling the same jokes every time as a comedian, but the tone has to feel on the spot, like you're making it up on the spot, even though everyone knows you're not, but it has to feel that way for it to be funny. And I think that's sometimes easier to do when you're in a room full of people who are going to respond, who you can bounce off of, who you can feel the energy of while you're telling your jokes. Whereas in an empty room by myself, knowing that I'm going to be editing this thing, so it's like this balance I'm trying to find of conversation, off the cuff, but also stay on point. And I have the benefit of going back and editing, which a comedian in a room doesn't have.
It's time for 12 reps of dumbbell box squat with 35 pounds in each hand.
But you can over-edit, and I probably do. Sometimes. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna make this up as I go. Really don't know how many at this point, but I'm gonna stop here because feeling pretty tired.
In 1 minute and 15 seconds, do 12 reps
Another
of
one?
dumbbell box squat with 35
35.
pounds.
Oh, I never bumped it up to 35. I'm still doing 30, but whew. Have I only done 4? Feels like I've done 5 of these. Did I do too many, or is it just really exhausting me? I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna skip it? No. No, I'll wait a second. Do a little bit more. And then we got some overhead rows, some hip thrusts, hammer curls, crunches. Then we're done. Whew. This is a doozy at 6:30 a.m. But I feel like this is the thing I should be doing because I can't shoot my video yet. I usually use window light and it's too dark, and I know I'm going to be interrupted to go to take Ada to school anyway, and I want to get a workout in. This is like the best time when I should be sleeping. I don't normally do the workouts. I sometimes do the workouts this early, but
It's time for 12 reps of dumbbell box squat with 35 pounds in each hand.
let's do this. 1, 2. Oh, I'm getting a little worried this workout's going to have to be cut short.
Slow down.
Okay, I'll slow down. To take Ada to school. Again, I'm using the app Copilot. They are consistently a sponsor of my videos, but not this video or these workout videos. I just like the app. That's probably good.
In 1 minute and 15 seconds, do 15 reps of dumbbell bent over row with 30 pounds in each hand.
Okay. I'm gonna do 3 sets of these. Sounds good. Media I'm watching these days. The new Conan show on HBO. Traveling, I can't remember what it's called. Conan something. Just like he did his little travel shows sometimes when he was doing late night. There were some times when he would be abroad for a week. Well, this is one of those, but a full show or a series of episodes on HBO, and it's hilarious. Conan O'Brien is a treasure. He's a big inspiration for me. Early days, I used to stay up late and watch, again, bad sleeping habits in high school. Probably around high school. Watch Conan.
It's time for 15 reps of dumbbell bent over row with 30 pounds in each hand.
1, 2, 3. I used to think maybe that would be my career path after Wheezy Waiter was taken off. Like, have some sort of late night show format, maybe get an actual, if I pursued it hard enough, went that route, do a show like that. That's not 15 reps, but that's enough. See, that's how I do it.
1 minute and 15 seconds.
Just do what I can.
15 reps of dumbbell
Don't
bent
force
over
it.
row
Sometimes I
with 30
force
pounds
it
in each hand.
if I'm in the mood, but I really just cut my losses. Do what I can. Better than doing nothing. If you get all up in your head about doing too much, that turns me off often. Which is probably why to this day I rarely use a lighting setup for my videos. I still use I just get close to the camera and I use the big mic, the mic on top of the camera right there. I'm using a loud mic now, but just keep it at the level where I know that I will continue to do it without not liking it, without forcing it. Anyway, Conan. There was one segment on Conan that I feel like was very influential to me. I can't remember exactly what happens, but I remember aspects of it, and I don't remember enough, I think, to find it online.
It's time for 15 reps
But
of dumbbell bent over row with 30 pounds in each hand.
maybe one of you can, but it blew my mind. I'm gonna do this first. 1, 2, 3. He used to do a lot of bonkers stuff, playing with the format, like having his desk, him and Andy Richter at his desk, traveling around, like it would be green screened and they would just be going on different locations with the desk, which, looking at what people do on YouTube now, doesn't sound amazing, but for late night TV at the time, it was ridiculous and awesome. But that wasn't the thing I'm thinking of. It was
In 1 minute and 15 seconds, do 15 reps of
was
dumbbell
playing around
bent
with
over row with 30 pounds
the
in
camera
each hand.
crew and the camera angles. I don't remember the setup, but it was something about like making the people in the boardroom work hard and showing how professional they are. He started just calling out random camera moves and cuts. Like he's like, close up on my foot, back to my face, over here, and it's this long, elaborate, choreographed camera series. And I found it so hilarious that I think that's probably what inspired my early Wheezy Waiter, like different camera angle stuff I used to do all the time. And just in general, his vibe, his comedy really inspired me. Colbert also, but that was later. And Letterman, but probably more Conan. And
It's time for 15 reps of dumbbell bent over row with 30 pounds.
I'm not saying he was like my only inspiration or my only hero or anything, but just a lot of what he did, I think back now, and that's happened to be a lot of what I did. And I didn't think about it at the time. I wasn't like, oh, Conan did this, so I should do this. it was just something that influenced me. Whew, that's enough. I don't know why, but I thought maybe that would be the route I go, but then after a while,
in 1 minute and 15 seconds,
I started
do 15 reps of dumbbell hip thrust with 30 pounds in each hand.
So that always says this. It always says 30 pounds in each hand. I always just do 30 pounds, holding 30 pounds with one set of 30, 30 pound with two hands, because it just feels awkward, and I don't know, these are hard. So 15 of these. Not that hard. I've gotten better at these. At first, these were really hard. Actually, no. These weren't ever that hard. I'm thinking of the one leg hip thrusts. But these are definitely easier than they used to be. I could probably handle heavier weight on this, but I'm just gonna do more reps right now. I don't know how many I'm doing. After a while,
15 reps of dumbbell hip thrust.
I realized
30 pounds in each hand.
I probably would really dislike doing a late night show. And you could tell sometimes they do, like especially Letterman, but he was pretty open about it, seemed. But it just seems like a grueling thing that would not be fun pretty quickly. Like, you're doing that every single day. You have to go out there and tell jokes that were written that day about, and that's what I did. I kind of like doing that, but I didn't have to do it as long.
In 1 minute, do 15 reps of dumbbell hip thrust.
Live in front of an audience. And a lot of the jokes were they're just not, they start to feel the same after a while. Not, some of them are brilliant, but usually it's like, okay, that's fine, that's a fine joke. And that would just really wear me down, like telling jokes I don't care about. You can tell that they probably don't care about them. It just feels like something they have to go through, unless there's like a real humdinger in there. And then the like sketches, that would probably be the most fun, especially if you don't have to write them all the time. But the least fun, I think, would be interviewing people you don't know or care about, like people that are just there to promote something you don't really
15 reps of dumbbell hip thrust, 30 pounds in each hand.
know what they do or like what they do. They might not even want to be there. The interview might be going badly, but you just have to, okay, I'll slow down. Have to get through it, and that would just be awful to have to. That certainly you're going to talk to people you really want to talk to,
Much better.
that you're interested in, but I bet more often you're talking to people you do not care to know about, but you have to. Maybe you could get in a zone where that becomes fun, where you figure out, it might be a fun challenge to figure out how to make this conversation interesting.
In 1 minute, do 15 reps of dumbbell hip thrust
But
with 30 pounds in each hand.
I don't know. What Letterman did after quit leaving late night was he did a Netflix show. Does he still do it? It's like not very scheduled. It was just occasionally put out an episode where he interviewed someone on stage. And it was just a series of interviews with people he wanted to interview. It was, you could tell it was people he cared about and wanted to talk to for a long time. And in his own way, it seems like that's probably what he was really wanting to do that whole time he was doing that show, but he couldn't do. And that was the first thing he did when he left.
It's time for 15 reps of dumbbell hip thrust with 30 pounds in each hand.
But I think about going back. The recording of this stops every half hour. And I also realize that I didn't start recording on this, did I? I've been using this mic the whole time. Oh God. Well, now we're recording with this. Listen to how much nicer that sounds. I hope you could hear what I was saying that whole time. Anyway, what was I saying? I think about going back to a format of every weekday, short, silly, funny. I like it. I like doing it, but
It's time for 15 reps of dumbbell hammer curl with 25 pounds in each hand.
it's just not. It's not what YouTube is anymore, really. The short, silly thing every day. I mean, there are people that do it, but the funny short comedy stuff, but that's more sketch based, less like miniature version of a late night show, like what I kind of feel like I was doing. 25 pounds. Okay, 25 pounds. My mind is thrown now because that mic wasn't on. I don't think it was on unless it stopped automatically. That's frustrating. I'm sorry. Ugh. It's fine though. I'm just gonna cut my losses. Let it be what it is. Don't stress about it. You know, I do miss like the series of jokes. I think I could be a joke writer for a show, but that's also not what I want to do. And I live in Wisconsin. I think a lot of this career that I've carved out is a product of never moving to the coasts, one of the coasts. Wanting to be in the entertainment industry, but never finding it convenient to move to a coast. And
in 35 seconds, do 14 reps of seal crunch.
all my friends were here in my band and didn't wanna. And now I want Ada to be near her grandparents, and getting into a school is easier here, and in general cost of living is lower. So less worry, you know? Guess that's what I'm about.
It's time for 14 reps of seal crunch.
But I'm trying to make it work. I'm gonna make a movie. Making plans to make a movie. Now I'm thinking like, at the beginning of this I'll have a text on the screen that says, sorry, the mic isn't on. I realize it later. But now I'm thinking, no, just let it be. And let the people who are paying attention be like, what's going on? That mic isn't sounding good. What's he talking about? And then it'll be more satisfying later when I discover it.
This is 15 reps of dumbbell hammer
Keep it a mystery
25 pounds
until then. And then the people who maybe leave a comment like, bro, the mic, what's wrong with that mic? Then they're gonna see it later and be like, oop, I should have watched the whole thing before I commented. I don't know. That's probably what I'll do. Okay, 15 of those.
Start the next set.
Sometimes you gotta leave things a mystery, you know? Four. Good enough. That's what today is about.
Looking good?
Thank you. See, it was good. It was looking good.
In 35 seconds, do 14 reps of seal crunch.
Okay. Worried about the mic when I do these. Wouldn't be a problem if it was still not on. One, two, three. breathing in a fart, which I normally wouldn't, but there's a video there. And I don't want to do it.
It's time for 14 reps of seal crunch.
I think this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Up next is 15 reps of dumbbell hammer curl with 25 pounds in each hand.
Wait a second. Yeah, we're doing 3. We're doing 1 more hammer curl, 1 more seal crunch, and then 1, 2, and then stretching. 3. We're really doing arm day today.
Next set.
I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Come on, get in there. Get in there. There we go. 1 more seal crunch. Well, 14 more. No, Siri. Accidentally set off Siri there.
In 35 seconds, do 14 reps of seal crunch.
Siri was like, what about seals? You want to eat some seals? You want to crunch on some seals? Seal crunching is illegal. Can I help you with anything else? 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm not going to do any.
14 reps of seal crunch.
I'm not going to do any more because clearly I'm not respecting rest between sets these days. Or today anyway. I think I'm
Up next is 30 seconds of shoulder stretch.
worried about time.
Left side.
Because we're going to have to stop to take Ada to school. We got time though. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I stopped short on the seal crunch. Mostly because I didn't want to fart. So, why does Siri just keep popping off? Okay, 30 seconds of shoulder stretch. Oh, right
Start
on
the next set.
right on the microphone. I wonder what that sounds like. Okay. Anyway, YouTube tends to be more long form these days.
10 seconds left.
And I mean, obviously, I tried to continue doing the short stuff for many years, well after YouTube
That's time.
changed and
Up next is 30
Stop.
seconds of shoulder stretch.
valuing
Right
the
side.
subscriber system as much and really emphasized watch time. Shorter videos, less watch time. But I still like it. I still like doing it. I can't do both. I thought I
10
could do
seconds
both. When I first started doing long form stuff, the quit and added sugar for a month, 10-minute, 20-minute videos. I thought I could
That's
do
time.
those.
Up next
And-
is 30 seconds of tricep stretch.
In between,
Left side.
do the short stuff. Pretty quickly realized, no, just gotta do the long stuff for now.
Start the next set.
Well, I started this early. Oops. So I can, within the app on my watch, I can push a button to make the timing, the rep actually start when I start. But I forgot to push the button. If I don't feel like doing
10
the
seconds
rest.
left.
Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, short
That's
form.
time.
Going back
Up
to
next
it.
is 30 seconds of tricep stretch. Right side.
In general, I always have these big ideas that I can't accomplish because I do this all by myself.
Start the next set.
And I always think about hiring people to help. And I try sometimes, and it just always kind of doesn't work out. but I'm seriously thinking about it again. I've tried in the past to do things remotely. I think if I do hire, I want it to be people who live in the area.
10 seconds left.
Are you proficient at editing or being an assistant and you live in
That's time. Up next is 30 seconds of quad stretch.
Dane County,
Left side.
Wisconsin? Well, maybe we should talk. This is probably not the venue for me
Start
to
the
even
next set.
be bringing that up, but I just did, and I don't edit these, or sometimes I might edit these, like when the camera stops because it's longer than a half hour, or I accidentally have a mic turned off.
10 seconds.
Man,
That's time. Up next is 30
that
seconds.
workout really
Right
worked out for me. I'm feeling like I really got a good workout in the arms
Start the next set.
and in the legs for the deadlifts. And I feel good. I feel really good. Like when you work out on it, once you get in the habit of working out for several weeks, it starts to just feel good to do it.
10 seconds left.
Feels good to do a bigger workout. This wasn't like the hardest workout I've ever done, but
That's time.
it was definitely
Up
a
next
more
is 30
significant
seconds
one.
of straddle stretch.
Oh, straddle stretch. Okay. Let's see how my splits are doing. Take my shoes off for this so that I can slide my feet.
Start the next set.
I also have a separate stretch routine to do today in the app. I don't know if I'm going to get to it or not. Ooh. That's my life. I plan things. I have a plan, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll do this much of the plan, and then move on.
That's time. Nice job. Press submit to finish.
Yeah, we did it, guys. We made it through. Now it's 7 a.m.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm on about, maybe 2.5 hours of sleep. It is weird. I do not feel like I'm on 2.5 hours of sleep right now. I feel fully awake, ready for the day. We're gonna take Ada to school. I'm probably gonna shoot the main channel video. Maybe halfway through I'll be like, whoa boy, I need to sleep. But I don't feel that now at all. I feel wide awake. Strange times. Maybe I just got really good 2.5 hours sleep. That's not how it works. Well, that'll do for today. I'm gonna put the previous main channel video up there, and I just restated that as if I was gonna edit this later. I'm not gonna edit this later. That's what I usually do at the end of a main channel video. It's like, I'm gonna just put let me try again. But yeah, main channel video up there, and over here, playlist of these videos. Actually, I don't even know which direction, but they're gonna be on screen. And subscribe, and Patreon. I have a Patreon. I do monthly live streams. I'm thinking about, okay, now these things aren't going to be on screen because they can only be on screen in the last 20 seconds. But I'm thinking about updating the Patreon. It's been a while since I've given it some love. I've been doing the live streams, the banjo faces every month, and early releases of videos when I can, but not a whole lot else. I'm thinking of updating it and maybe adding some more exclusive things. I was looking at what other people are doing, and David Gilbert, is that his name? Is that it? Brian David Gilbert. You know who I'm talking about, if you know who it is. He has a perk that I liked, which was playing Jackbox games
with the audience. I might just do that, like, or just maybe just say play games, but mostly Jackbox games, but sometimes maybe like Wordle and other things. Just over on the Patreon. I'm thinking about doing that. We'll get around to it. Maybe. Anyway, I have a Patreon. The things should be on screen now because I think I'm going to end within the next 20 seconds. And how are you liking these videos? Thoughts on life?